Let me close with this. After I signed the PAC Act into law.
Well, it was a beauty of a gaffe, kind of pathetic. I mean, I enjoyed them, to be honest. It's better when he lies. What did he pass again? I mean, technically, I don't think you can accuse him of lying. He just botched the name of Pack-and-a-lack-a-pack-a-lack-a-dack-a-back-a-dack. He signed that thing, right? Okay, again, I don't think he was trying to deceive. He just lost it. He does deceive a lot. I mean, that's who he is. That's who I found out about all the way back in 1987 when I was in high school. And this guy got busted lying to everybody and had to drop out of the presidential race in total disgrace. But this is what he does. He lies. That's how he became president. 4 years ago this weekend. Do you have anything planned this weekend to honor, not our veterans, but George Floyd? Well, of course, we got to honor our veterans and forget this guy. But it's going to be hard to, because there will be tributes all over the country for this career criminal lowlife. I wish everybody lived to be 100, even George Floyd, but it doesn't work out that way. And George Floyd was a criminal. He had enough fentanyl in him, quite frankly, to kill a giraffe. He died of a drug overdose, not asphyxiation. He was not murdered, actually. We were lied to. Yep. The government, the culture, the media, we were lied to. Any reason to loot and steal and yell and scream? I mean, rioting can be fun. And everybody's timeline on social media was kind of dead, not much content. Remember, though, that was all peaceful, right? It was all peaceful. You want to know what really happened? I have to recommend it again. On the 4th anniversary of this nonsense, please watch The Fall of Minneapolis. It's been out for a few months now. You can watch it for free. You can find it online, thefallofminneapolis.com. And you're going to learn a couple of things. Number one, that George Floyd wasn't murdered, and the cops are innocent.
The murder of George Floyd.
Murder and manslaughter.
The murder of George Floyd.
Peaceful protest overnight in the Twin Cities.
They've been very peaceful. The crowd continues to be peaceful.
8:46, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. 9 minutes and 29 seconds.
Actually, 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
By the way, that particular technique is not authorized by the MPD.
Is this a trained Minneapolis Police Department technique?
It is not.
When I heard that, I really wanted to get up off my chair and yell, bull.
That is Officer Derek Chauvin's mother. And she's right, and virtually everybody else in the country almost is wrong. It's kind of amazing. What did they say in the beginning of that? Did you see the words? If you don't stand for the truth, you'll fall for the lies. Number one, that knee on the neck. Actually, his knee wasn't on the neck. Little fine point. But also, the maneuver called the MRT was taught by the Minneapolis Police Academy, the Minneapolis Police Department. It was standard procedure.
Were you trained in MRT, the maximal restraint technique?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I was. Yes, we all were.
Yes, all the police officers were trained in the MRT.
Your police chief said on the stand that he didn't recognize that technique.
I heard him say that. It's tough to hear people lie, just straight lie.
Yeah, people lie, and they can get away with it if they're lying about the right things for the right cause. You know, nobody seems to appreciate this. George Floyd, why was he on the ground? Well, the police put him there after he had a panic attack in the back of the police car. He begged to be let out of the police car, and unfortunately, the police, trying to help him, thinking he might have a medical episode in the police car, brought him out of the car.
My wrist, man. My wrist, man, please. I can't take this, man. I can't. And I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground.
All right, he was begging to be put on the ground. They ultimately did. Here's something else. He took pills just prior to the arrest. In fact, probably during the arrest. It was a thing that he did, observed on body cam. This was a method that he had used to get out of previous incidents. Take pills, have a seizure, be brought to the hospital instead of the precinct, instead of to jail. Next, please.
The way I see it is that he made the decisions he thought was right. As he did before, he's always been one that was by the book and legally abiding. I think he did exactly what he was trained to do. Unfortunate that the publicity got as riled up as it did by all the officials and politicians that were involved with the case, and it took away any chance he had to even say his piece.
What does this case say about the justice system in America?
I think, unfortunately, we've come to the point now where the justice system has been controlled by mob mentality. Social media, news outlets, peer pressures now control the outcomes of trials, investigations. The justice system no longer is really something you can trust, because if you're in any way on the negative side of the media, you're pretty much just going to have a trial by street, and no one ever wins in street trials with publicity that is already against you.
I think we all know that now. We all know that. That was Officer Kyung, one of the 4 officers involved in the arrest of George Floyd. Also happens to be an African-American. You never hear about this, but 2 of the 4 officers involved happen to be people of color. That was de-emphasized or ignored because, well, you wanted to make this all about race, right? White supremacy and all that stuff. You made an interesting point about the media and social media. Mark Zuckerberg. This guy, I've come to believe, is, I think, evil. Yeah, I think he's probably evil. Sorry, but I mean, prove it otherwise, Mark. Your products harm children, and everybody seems to understand that. And you've been shamed about this. You actually apologized, but you still create products and you try to make them even more addictive for children. Remember when he did apologize, but it was kind of a legalistic, lame apology.
Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've all been through. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had.
Lawyers wrote that for him. I don't know. It was lame. Look, I'm sorry. Is he evil? Probably not, but he's totally misguided. And, well, look at this. They're spending millions of dollars to stop legislation designed to help kids and keep them off addictive sites, or at least limit the time that they spend on these sites. And this is just one law in one state. They're spending $1 million all over the place. These people, Meta, in a sense, is bigger and more important and more powerful than huge chunks of our government. Our government, right? 3 branches. We got the executive branch, we got the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. We yell and scream about the president all the time, no matter, and the Congress as well. But did you know you're not supposed to say anything about the judicial branch somehow? Yeah. Bob Costello, the star witness for the Trump defense, was in court yesterday and this morning, and he basically debunks the whole damn fake news narrative and the fake prosecutors and their theory, their bogus theory, blows everything that Michael Cohen has alleged out of the water. Let's go through it. He knows for a fact, he was told by Michael Cohen that Michael Cohen said he paid Stormy without Trump's knowledge. Michael Cohen was suicidal after the FBI raided his home and office. Michael Cohen swore that he had nothing on Trump. Now, the suicidal part is important because, they raided his home and office, the FBI. Can you believe that? The president's lawyer. He would do anything, he said, to not go to jail or reduce his prison time. We can talk about this. And the witness there, if he doesn't like it, I think you're allowed to make a face You heard what happened, right? He made a face for about a microsecond. You're not supposed to do that?
If I'm the judge, they're going to jail. And I would bring them in shackles day in and day out. I don't care if we're a Democrat or Republican, whether it was a steel worker, a teacher, or the President of the United States. You have to respect the judge because the judge represents the judicial system. I've never seen this before in a court from a witness, because if I did, well, you'd see the back of them going to jail, and the next morning they would be wearing orange.
And you're right.
Yeah, and you're right. Thanks, Willie. Thanks, Willie. Wow, what an addition you make to the conversation. Yeah, you're right. What? What kind of authoritarian system are they talking about? You make a face, you roll your eyes, you get locked up, and Donald Trump loses his constitutional rights? So you know what happened here, right? It's kind of fascinating. Bob Costello at one point grunted. Take a look. And the judge got really bent out of shape and showed his true colors. Mr. Costello, I would like to discuss proper decorum in my courtroom. The witness, Costello, but I'm sorry, go ahead. I want to discuss proper decorum in my courtroom. Right. Okay. All right. We're going to do that. All right. Okay. If you don't like my ruling, you don't give me side eye and you don't roll your eyes. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? I understand that. I understand what you're saying. Side eye and rolling of the eyes. This sounds like the movie Clueless. Does anybody remember Clueless with Alicia Silverstone from a million years ago? Okay, thank you, the judge says. Let's get the jury back. Are you staring at me right now? No, I'm just wondering how. Clear the courtroom, please. Clear the courtroom. He kicks everybody out of the courtroom because he perceives that somebody is looking at him. You can't even look at the judge. The witness says, do you want me to answer your question? The sergeant, the cop gets involved. Sir, please. The court officer, step outside, please. Step outside, step outside. Quiet. Everybody step out. It goes on like this. A person in the audience objects. Your Honor, may I object? On behalf of the press, Your Honor, our lawyer is objecting. And the court officer's like, get out, get out. Somebody else in the audience, why? This is an open courtroom. Court officer, step out. Any questions? Any and all questions will be answered in the hallway. The press lawyer has a question. Court officer, this is not an open forum. Oh, yeah? Please step out. This is a Supreme Court courtroom. People are yelling and screaming. This is an open courtroom. It isn't. And by the way, these are reporters saying this stuff. Our lawyer has a question. This is a public forum. It goes on like this, goes on like this. At this point, they got everybody out of the courtroom. The jury, the audience, all the members of the press. And the judge says, again, back to high school, put it full, please. If you try to stare me down one more time, I will remove you from the stand. I will strike his entire testimony. He's talking to the lawyers now. Do you understand me? The defense lawyer, yes, Judge, I understand. Listen to the question and answer the question. Now, the witness, can I say something, please? No, no, this is not a conversation. Okay, all right. So that's no way to handle the situation. It's not. You know who was in the courtroom who they didn't manage to kick out? Dershowitz. I'll have a word from him in a moment. The judge is crazy, thin-skinned and weird and totally committed to getting a conviction, all right? And everybody can see it. It's amazing what this country does tolerate. You know, you can't look at this judge for a second too long, but if you're a mob of people, you can show up on Justice Kavanaugh's front lawn in full violation of federal law, and that's okay. Also, I guess it's not okay to roll your eye for a half a second or look again at a judge for too long, but you can threaten the lives of sitting justices on the Supreme Court, especially if you're a United States Senator.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you.